and I spent a lot of time watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Dawson's Creek. Now, I know, what a contradiction. But they were right. You know, I wasn't doing anything that was out of the ordinary.
Have you ever wondered what animals think and feel? Let's start with a question. Does my dog really love me, or does she just want a treat? Well, it's easy to see that our dog really loves us. Easy to see, right? What's going on in that fuzzy little head? What is going on? Something's going on. And why is the question always, do they love us? Why is it always about us? Why are we such narcissists? I found a different question to ask animals. Who are you?
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., in a 1968 speech where he reflects upon the civil rights movement, states, "In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." As a teacher, I've internalized this message. Every day all around us, we see the consequences of silence manifest themselves in the form of discrimination, violence, genocide, and war. In the classroom, I challenge my students to explore the silences in their own lives through poetry. We work together to fill those spaces, to recognize them, to name them, to understand that they don't have to be sources of shame.
Thank you for being here. And I say thank you for being here because I was silent for 17 years.
CP is not genetic. It's not a birth defect. You can't catch it. No one put a curse on my mother's uterus, and I didn't get it because my parents are first cousins, which they are. It only happens from accidents, like what happened to me on my birthday. Now, I must warn you, I'm not inspirational. I don't want anyone in this room to feel bad for me, because at some point in your life, you have dreamt of being disabled. Come on a journey with me. It's Christmas Eve. You're at the mall. You're driving around in circles looking for parking. And what do you see? 16 empty handicap spaces. And you're like, God, can't I just be a little disabled?
Okay, so there it was, starting your speech, how to make it more effective, right? All right, so I hope every one of you have got the books y'all are reading with you. Do you have it? The review which you've written and posted, yeah? If not, just grab the copy, go on. Do you have it? Could I see it, please?
Yes.
Okay. I like your reviews, by the way, the ones who have posted it. Oh, fantastic. Okay, Sakleen is out there. And Ahmed, okay, you don't have it. Fantastic. But you can just tell me about it, right? So who would like to go first? Tell me. Who would like to go first? Where's Safiya? I'm sure if Safiya was over here, she would want to go first. Safiya, I'm missing you. Where are you? Okay, Maneet, go on. Tell me which book you're reading and tell me a bit about it.
Ma'am, I am reading the book, The Illustrated History of Football World Cup.
Okay.
Ma'am, it has the history of the Football World Cup which was played, and the first World Cup was played in 1930.
Okay.
It was hosted by Uruguay, and the winner was also Uruguay only.
Okay. Okay. Now, tell me, Munib, what kind of writing is in that book? Is it formal writing or informal writing?
Informal meeting.
Okay, informal writing. Okay. Have you read any other books related to football or watched any documentary or anything on the television or on internet? Have you read anything related to football? I'm sure you must have. You love
Yes,
football, right, Messi?
yes.
Right. So,
Not
yeah. So, how would you compare this book with the others? Tell me.
This was actually more good for me. I got more information about football.
Okay, so this book definitely is much better than what you've read earlier. Okay. Now
Yes,
tell me one thing. Any one thing, that is a takeaway for you from this book. Any one thing.
I didn't understand the question.
That means what one thing, one message that you've learned from this book. Something which is very valuable and you're going to remember it throughout your life.
You should be a good leader, and if something happens, you should not get frustrated.
Oh, fantastic, Munir. Very well done. Very, very. I think that's a lesson we all have to learn and remember that we shouldn't get frustrated, irritated, annoyed, or stressed out when things go okay. Things will happen. Sometimes it will be good. Sometimes things will go down. Okay. But a true leader is the one who survives all the storms. Fantastic. Okay. Anybody else? Y'all get asking the question. Can you show the cover of your book, please, on the screen, Munir? Okay. Football World Cup. Okay. Anybody else? Come on. Y'all can ask him any questions. Ahmad, go on. Mazam Mudabir, Amina. Anybody? You would like to ask him any questions? Look, this is your time, okay? Because then when your turn will come, people will ask you questions, okay? So go on. Yeah? No questions for Munib? Anybody? I can't hear you, Safiya. And Safiya, could you disable the chatting only everyone, please?
May I make you the host?
You make me a host? Okay.
Yeah.
Just a minute. No, I'm not the host yet.
I
Oh,
said
yeah,
I'll
now
make
I
you
am.
the host.
Yeah, thank you, Safiya, for making me the host. Okay, fantastic. Okay, anybody else would like
Ma'am,
to
I
ask?
read 2 books.
You read 2 books? We'll go with 1 book right now. Okay?
Which
Yes,
one
tell
should
me
I go?
which you liked better. See, I told you I was missing Safiya. If Safiya was there, she would be the first one to go. Okay. Whichever you like, Safiya. Okay, Munir, well done. Definitely very well done. Just one
Ma'am, I
thing,
didn't get the book, so I had a photo of the book.
henceforth, just make sure that you post it in the assignment, the
Ma'am, I
segment,
post the
not
assignment.
outside, yeah?
I gave it to you.
Okay, Munir, just remember that you posted your book review, but it was not in the. It's for everybody. Remember, whatever assignment is given, assessment is given, kindly post it in there. Yeah, tell me, Safiya, you would like to say it? Yes, I saw that. I saw that. Could you just show your book cover to everybody, please?
Ma'am, she's showing online book.
Not online.
Yes, Safiya. Which book are you reading? Tell me.
Horrible History of the World.
Horrible History. Oh, it's a fantastic book. Have you finished it yet?
Only few pages are left.
Okay, only 2.
And the other one you saw, na? I read
Yes.
Percy Jackson.
Yeah, Percy Jackson. So which one do you want to talk about? Horrible History or
Yeah, Horrible
Percy
History.
Okay, so tell me a bit about the book.
This book is all about the cruel leaders of the world, like why Alexander the Great he banned the beards. In his
Okay.
time, he used to ban beards, and why like Charles you know, Ivan the Terrible, huh? Why he was so cruel. Like that, they had lots of this. It's about all the horrible rulers of the world, horrible
Okay.
people of the world. What they used to do that time? They used to cut the heads, and then queens and kings they used to eat it like that. They speak all about horrible things. And this book was written by Terry Derry. His name is
Okay.
there only, ma'am. Okay.
Oh,
So,
oh.
and this book is about the fascinating stories, like, and why the Mongols they smell so bad, like that.
Okay, why they don't take a bath or they did not have perfumes at that
Yeah,
time?
like that.
Okay.
It's all that
Okay.
horrible things.
Sophia, is this fiction or non-fiction? Tell me.
This, not fiction.
Okay, it's non-fiction. Okay. Do you like the style of writing of the author?
Yeah?
Did you like the style of author, the way the author wrote this book?
Yes. Yes.
Why do you like it so much?
I would not be like that leader.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
So if
Okay.
I know what not to do,
Uh-huh.
like them, so
Uh-huh.
I'll not be like that kind of leader who
Okay.
just shouts at people.
Okay, so when you read that book, could you actually go into that era? Could you go into that setting?
Yes.
So you would say the author
I
has
did with
done
my
a very
father.
okay, then definitely you did go into that setting. You know, if you have doubts by reading the book, definitely. Okay, now one thing that you would want to change in the book, any one thing.
Only one thing.
Hmm.
They should not like show all these terrible things. Show, they should show, but they should have like, why did they do that?
Okay, okay. Thank you
I
so
mean,
much, Safiya.
why they should have one good one also, na? Like they should not do this.
Oh yeah,
But then,
but then the title would change, right? The title is horrible. Leaders of the world, right?
they
Okay.
should show the people whom we know, who are they and which country they live. In this book, it
Okay.
doesn't show that much information. It should have,
Okay.
a good
So
book
you
should
need
have lots of photos, pictures.
you want bit more information, the facts and the figures. Okay, fantastic. Anybody would like to ask Safiya any question about her book? Anybody?
What is the main book all about?
What?
I didn't understand what about means the book is there, so what is the main thing in the book?
Horrible people of the world.
Horrible leaders of the world, right? Yeah. Amina, go on.
Ma'am, what is the plot in the book?
Sorry.
The plot in the book.
What is the plot in the book, Safiya?
Wait, huh? What do you mean?
What is the plot? Plot in the book.
Where the story is taking place.
It is taken place like a little about each and every character of the world who used to do like horrible things to the people in that city.
So it's a non-fiction basically, and you have those
Yeah.
real people who have been really
If I had
bad,
the book, I would have
horrible
showed you.
leaders. Yeah.
Ma'am, I have the book, but it's.
Don't worry, we always
I
get it
can't-
turn by turn. Okay. Who wants to go next? Come on, tell me. Who wants to go next? Yes? Come on, guys. Who wants to go next?
Can I go?
Yeah, Farhana.
So
I'm
the
so
book
confused between Farhana and Amina's voice, you know, that I actually have to check who's talking. At the end of the session, usually Farhana tells me it was Amina who was saying, and you said yes, Farhana, and it was when I was saying you would say yes, Amina. So, well, okay, Farhana, go on.
the book I'm
So the book
reading
which you
is
read,
Ma'am, this book.
yeah, yes. Don't worry, it's going to rotate and everybody's going to get that book, yeah? Okay, go on, Farhana.
so it is the book's name is The Girls Who Rock the World, and it's written by Michelle McCann and Emily Wilden, and it is a non-fiction where the past, all the females of the world who have done something, some great stuff for the world. So it's about that. And the female who wanted to do something like at a very young age, like they didn't have limits. They did what they wanted to do when the people were not supporting.
Okay. So tell me one thing. Why do you think the readers would enjoy reading this book?
Because it is about like it motivates people to do whatever they want, and like you can do anything and become anything, when, even if you're young.
Okay, so it's basically an inspiring and motivating book. Okay, could you connect to them, to the whichever they were talking about in the book? So could you connect to those people in the book?
Yes, like the people.
Yeah, whom did you connect the most to? Which girl did you connect the most to? The girls who rocked the world. So which girl did you connect the most to?
I don't know, but like I read all of them.
Okay,
And
which did you feel like, oh yes, this is me types?
um one minute.
Or was it like a mixture of everyone?
Yeah, I guess it was everyone, but
Hmm?
I liked Elizabeth V.G. Liebman because like she was a painter, and like no one in her family supported her, but only her parents did, and then her parents died and she had no support.
Okay. So it was all by herself. Okay, okay, okay. Anybody else wants to ask any questions to her? Go on. Yes, Safiya? I can't hear you. You need to unmute.
What is the third girl's name in the book who used to go to war and then she died? I don't remember her name.
The Joan of Arc.
Okay. Anybody else? Any questions? Any questions? Amina, anything? Umaira, Abdullah, Ahmad? Okay. Farhana, what is one thing that you would like to take away from this book? One message that you got in this book.
To do something that the world will remember.
I can't hear you. Could you be a bit more louder, please?
To do something that the world will remember.
Okay. So should you do something like the horrible leaders of the world? Or the girls who rock the world? Yeah? Okay, okay, fantastic.
Ma'am,
Okay,
you
thank
should
you.
take a knife and kill these horrible leaders of the world.
They're already
And you
dead
can
most of the
travel.
time.
No, man, there's some leaders, na. Like in North Korea, you have Kim Jong like that.
Okay,
You should
okay.
kill them, before they rule the
No,
world.
no, you cannot do that. Okay, we
Why?
don't kill people. We'll get them to the justice. Believe there's a legal system and we'll get them to the justice.
Can I go next?
Yes, Amina, go on, tell me. Oh, J.K. Rowling. Oh, that's Harry Potter. Oh, then you need to speak in British accent, all right? Sorry, Amina, but a bit louder. I don't know what's wrong. I just can't hear you all clearly. I could hear
I
Safiya.
was not a very big fan of Harry Potter, but then I got this book from Golden Star, and then I started to read it. And I always thought about reading it because I used not like it a lot. And then when I read it, I liked the book a lot because it explains everything nicely. And on the weekends, whenever like I'm done reading the book, I watch the part of the movie that I've read so that I understand it better. And it's also interesting because like whatever's happening in the movie, then I can relate to what will happen in the book next.
Okay.
And also, I'm not the person who likes to read a lot, but this is a very good book, so I read it every time.
You're the person who goes into action, cut, roll, right? So obviously you wouldn't like reading a lot. Okay, so tell me this. What are the main characters in your book? I think Harry Potter, everybody knows about it, right? Okay.
It is Mr. Dursley, Mrs. Dursley, Dudley, and Harry Potter.
Which one are you reading? Which part are you reading?
Part
Philosopher's
one,
Stone.
the philosopher.
Okay, the first part, Philosopher's Stone. Right, right. And tell me which is your favorite character? You can't say Harry Potter, okay?
Hermione.
Hermione?
I like Dudley because he's very funny.
Okay, okay. All right. And tell me, it's like
Ma'am, I don't like Harry Potter so much.
you don't like Harry Potter so much, okay? But then he's the main lead. You cannot do anything about
You know,
it,
I
right?
don't like the movie
Okay.
so much.
Oh, the movie part. Okay. Could you connect to the book, Amina? Because it's again, you know, young. It's all about those young kids and also. Could you connect to the book? I couldn't hear you, Amina.
Ma'am, I did not get your question.
Could you connect to the book, to the characters of the book? Could you connect it?
The characters are very good. Like some of them are like very serious. Like they do not care about their life. They just like want to die. And some of them are very funny and they just like want to like live their life how long they want to.
Okay, okay. And tell me one thing. What makes them so interesting?
Because each and every part that I read, each and every chapter that I read, it always ends with a suspense. So then I'm very excited to read the next one.
Oh, so you like thriller, you know, you like to be in the unknown thing, like, you know, so what's happening next. Okay, one thing that you would want to change in the book, what would it be?
I would like to change the
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
yeah, because Harry Potter does not care about his life at all.
Okay, okay. So thank you, Amina. Loved it. Anybody else? Any questions to Amina? Yes? Daughter, oh Vera, बेटी, कुछ पूछना है आपको, आपकी maid से. Anything you want to ask? Yes? Safiya, Mozum,
Why does it always have to be related to magic?
Because that's what the author wanted to put in the book, the main thing.
because that would be the, I think, USP, the unique selling point of the book. So that's the reason you have to have it related to magic. Yes, anybody else wants to ask her any questions? Mazum Mudabbir, any questions you all want to ask her, Amina? Yeah? Okay.
Can I say one thing
Yes, please.
about the book Harry Potter?
Yeah, tell me, Farhana.
I think that is never fit one. Your voice is breaking.
Actually, your voice is crackling, Farhana.
I did take the author's name and keep my name.
Could you just put it in chat because sorry, we couldn't get you. Okay, we'll come back to Farhana. Yes, Mozum, would you like to go, please?
Yeah,
Tell me which book you're reading.
I was reading the book A Wrinkle in Time.
Okay,
This is a sci-fi book which talks about science and fiction. And this book was written by Mandela, who was born in New York City. She's a good author and she loved science. So most of the things she wrote was about planets and space and those stuff. This book, she talks about a young girl called Meg and her brother Charles and their friend Calvin. They go on an exciting mission to rescue their father, who was a scientist. they go on that mission to rescue their father, and they face many troubles and a lot of adventures. They go through a portal and all that stuff is there in this book.
Okay, so Wrinkle in Time. Have you seen the movie, Maza?
No.
Okay, you haven't seen the movie, so you will not be able to compare like Amina did. Okay, okay. Tell me one thing. Which was the favorite character in that book?
Um, Charles Wallace.
Okay, and
He's a young boy, but he is a bit odd, kind of odd boy.
okay. So you like odd boys, right? Okay, right. So tell me one thing. How were you interested into reading it further? What made you want to go ahead in that book?
To know if her father was rescued or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So basically, it was like again the suspense part, you know, wherein you wanted to know what's going to happen ahead, right? Okay. Now tell me one thing. Okay, this is a scientific kind of a movie. Okay, so what kind of audiences do you think would be reading this kind of book?
Those who love space and portal, all kind of those stuff. And
So basically, yeah, go on.
and those who want to go in space or become astronauts or want to invent some portals, they would love this book.
Okay, so that means it's not for general, just about all the audiences. You have very selected audience, right? Right. So the author has taken into consideration and not the entire market, not the entire audience. It's a specific kind of audience. Okay. And would you like to read more in these lines?
Not much.
Not much. Okay. So if there was one thing you would want to change in the book, what would it be?
I would get the kids to be lost and the father would find them instead of they finding the father.
Okay, okay. So I think I need to call up your parents and tell them let the possible just go and then you go and find them. Okay, fantastic, brilliant. Okay, this is one thing I want to ask even Amina. I'll come back to her once again. Mazam, what is one thing that a message that you would remember always from this book? Because I believe no knowledge goes waste. Whatever you read, whatever you learn, whatever experiences, you gain something out of it. It's just for us to find it out, okay? You might not realize that there is something in it. You might find, oh, this book is all right, lukewarm, I didn't really enjoy it. But there has to be something from there that you could make yourself better with it. So what was that in this book? Tell me, Marcel.
This book, ma'am, it talks mostly about time traveling and portals. So maybe someday people will invent a portal to travel through space.
Why people? Why not you two brothers only? Okay, fantastic. Okay, the floor is all yours. Yes, Mandela's. You all want to ask him any questions? Any questions? Come on.
Ma'am, I have one. Why do in what trouble does the father get that the children have to go and save them?
If I tell you that, what would be the reason for you reading the book? You will get to know everything.
Actually, that's a suspense, Munib. It's a thriller, and that's the reason he's being kind enough. He's not telling you in advance, what has happened. If it was me, I would have told already. I like doing that, telling that surprises right from the beginning. Yes. Okay. So who's going next? Is it Abdullah Saqib? Okay, Humaira. Yes. Come on, Humaira. Tell me.
Ma'am, my book is Stuart Little.
Okay.
Very interesting book. It's by E.B. White.
Okay.
Children's novel first published in 1945. So, ma'am, this book is all about Stuart's adventure. Stuart was born to human parents. He was a mouse. So, despite his differences, he was very helpful. Whenever a precious ring goes into the drain, he was very useful. He like goes into the drain and get the ring. And but, ma'am, the Stuart's life is full of adventure, like run-ins with the Snowbell, which was a cat.
Okay.
The cat always chased the mouse. So soon he met a good friend. Her name was Margello. She was a bird. But the cat decided to make him her food. So Margello decided to go into a safe option and run away. So Stuart was very sad. He was finding Margello, but Margello was nowhere to be found. So he left his house and went to find Margello. This was the ending of the story.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, now tell me one thing. So that means the moral of the story is that we should have a Stuart Little at our house also, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Humera, did you like the book?
Yes, ma'am.
And who was your favorite character in the book?
Stuart.
Stuart. Okay. And why did you like Stuart the most?
Because he was the only one. He was the main character, and he did a lot of adventure. So I like to read the book.
Yes, Sophia, I'll come to you. Just a minute, Sophia. Okay. Now tell me, could this, when you were reading the book, did it reach to your emotions, right? You know, could you connect it? What did you feel when you were reading the book? The emotions that you were feeling?
Ma'am, when the story ends, the story is very sad because he couldn't find Margello at the end. So it was very sad.
Okay. 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 All right. I think in the movie they could find, right? Okay. And there is another part also. So you felt sad at the end, right? Okay. And what about when you were reading in between? Any other emotions you felt?
Ma'am, sometimes it was very funny because Stuart was a mouse and he did a lot of funny things in the book.
Okay, okay. So you like to be naughty, right, Humera? Okay, one thing you would like to, I know the answer to it already, but then also if one thing you wanted to change in the book, what would it be?
Ma'am, I would like to make the ending very happy because ending should always be very happy. So the book, he should just find the Margello bird.
Okay, okay. So I think you could just write a second part to it, you know, and the author could be you when you have a good ending. Yeah, just a minute, Sophia, I'll come to you. And what did you learn? That message, you know, the takeaway from the book. What was it?
Ma'am, friendship means a lot. He decided to left his house just to find a friend.
Okay, and I could see it today in the videos when the girls video, that connection, that team bonding, and the boys made that video, that team bonding, fantastic. Friendship means a lot, fantastic. Amina, what did you learn from your book? Just a minute, you know, I'll come to you, Safiya, as well, because I forgot to ask you this. What did you learn, Amina, from the book?
I have not completed the book, but up to what I have read,
Sorry, again, I can't hear you, Amina.
You should not give up on your life. You should always try to become better.
Okay, so being resilient, grit, and the determination. Yes, Safiya, tell me. You want to?
Yeah, I have a question for Humera.
Yes,
that the mouse is so small, ma'am. How could he become a friend with bird? And you know, if you are smaller, you can't have that loud voice. So how did he become friend? And the bird can't see that small creature because he's so high up. How did they become friends?
I think that
the bird was small, just like a sparrow.
Okay.
Still, damn, mouse is so small and spiders are this big.
So that's what life is all about, right? Yeah, Humaira, go on.
No, they both were at the same size. They could hear
Humaira, you
each
would like to answer that question?
The bird was very small.
You know, in life, we are going to meet people who are going to be so different from us, okay? Very, very different from us. But then also, there are times when you bond with them, you gel with them so well that they become best of, despite of the differences you have. And trust me, over the period of time, as you grow older, you will realize it's not always having people with the same, like, opinions and same viewpoints are gel. And at times you have people with different kind of viewpoint and you get along very well with them. Okay. So thank you, Humaira. Thank you very much. Okay. Should I come to Abdullah Sakir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, come
No,
on. We just have 5 minutes more, 10 minutes more. So can we just hurry up, please? Which book you reading, Abdullah Sakir?
I finished the book that famous five on Treasure Island.
Okay, Treasure Island.
Yes, first one.
Okay. Okay, tell me.
The four brothers and sisters, they all go to their cousin's place, Georgina, and she hates being a girl. She wishes that as if she were a boy, and actually she swims like fast, and she even runs fast. Yes, they fall into an adventure while finding the gold. Ma'am.
Okay. So have you read other books from this series, Famous Five? When I was a kid, I had finished the entire Famous Five, Secret Seven, Hardy Boys, Nancy Drews, and you name it. And well, I used to love those thrillers and all. And now I read Farhana's Alex Riders and Percy Jackson's. You know, it's that way. She finishes it first, and then I borrow it from her. So Abdullah, have you read other books from the Famous Five series?
Yes.
And how would you compare it? Like this book which you're reading with the other books in the series?
I mean, all of them are about adventures.
Yeah, but then there has to be something different, right? So how would you compare?
Every time they're at a different place. Sometimes
Okay.
on an island or sometimes in a light tower or something like that.
Okay, and what do you like the most about the book?
This Treasure Island one.
Okay. And how is the plot? Like, is the plot, does the author engage you in the plot, or it's like you want to just skip the pages and go ahead? Okay, so it's like the author's writing style is really interesting and engages. Okay, so of all the 5 people, which one is your favorite, whom you can connect the most to?
Julian.
Sorry?
Julian.
Okay, so when you say it's Julian, it's Abdullah Sakir, right? Okay. Yes, anybody, any question for Abdullah Sakir? Any question? Okay. What is one thing that you learned from this book? Any message?
No, it's not like about, you're not learning anything, like it's just about reading and having fun.
Sorry, I think there's a problem with my internet. Probably that's the reason.
No, ma'am.
Abdullah, could you repeat yourself, please?
I told that it's all about just reading. You're not learning anything from the book.
Oh, okay. So you would just read it for just maybe as a excursion, just to get your time pass at your leisure.
Yes.
So whenever you read, there is something you definitely learn from it. Okay. So next time when you're reading, definitely you'll come across something, because remember what I said. You will learn something. Maybe it could be Famous Five, maybe it could be Tintin comics. It doesn't matter, or a Spider-Man comics, but definitely there is some message which you can learn from there. Okay. Can I come to Mutafir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Which book are you reading, Mutafir?
Ma'am, let's go time traveling.
Time Traveler.
No,
Okay.
go time traveling. It's a life in India through ages. So it's
Okay.
about the
Wow.
history of India, like how the people lived and what did they eat, how were they dressed. It's about their lifestyle.
Okay. So, Wrinkle in Time and Time Traveler. Did when you all were going across times and portals and all, did you all clash into each other? By any chance, Mozam and Mudabir? No? Okay. Okay. Okay, Mudabir. How do you like the setting of the book?
But it's about the history of India, like
Mm-hmm.
the ancient India. It's about
Right.
the Harappa civilization.
Okay. So, does this book reach out to the audiences?
Yes, but it's not like for all the. It's only for the people who like to learn about history and all.
Okay. So again, you have selective audiences, right? It's not just for everybody and everybody. Okay. So tell me honestly, when you were reading it, were you like, oh, when will this get over, or you really enjoyed yourself?
I enjoyed it. Like
But you wanted it to get over also. No, it's fine. It's okay. See, there are books, I'll be very honest with it. There are so many times I start a book and I'm like, oh my God, I just can't finish it. So I just keep it at a side. I start another book and then I come back to it. So it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong in admitting it. Okay. Because I go through that. Okay. Anything that you like
Damn, sometimes when the
about
book
the
is too
author's
long,
style of writing?
I also do that. I feel like, when is this book going to get over?
I know. See, we all feel that way, at least we are honest to admit it, right? There are people who will be like, don't say, be goody goody. Okay, tell me, what did you like about the author's writing style?
before every chapter, there is a small story, like so that it helps you understand the thing better.
Okay, fantastic. And one thing which you didn't like about the author's writing style,
There are
the
like
whole book only, right? Okay.
there are no main characters or any characters like something like characters.
Okay, okay. So basically, it was a very formal kind of writing, Okay, okay, fantastic. Any message, Mudapir? Anything that you learned? Not
Yeah,
really.
about the history of India.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, Ahmad Saklain, who wants to go? I would like to see the video, please. Okay, Saklain, go on. Which book you reading?
I'm reading Canada Coast to Coast.
Okay, Canada Coast. Fantastic. Okay. So, tell
This
me.
book is all about the beauty of Canada and about the history too. So
Okay. So the beauty and the history of Canada. Okay.
this is
And
one
what
of
is the
the
what is the author's writing style?
uh, he's describing how much beautiful is the Canada, and the author is Suzette Mayer of this book.
Okay, okay. And tell me one thing. Have you read the same books? I mean, in a same genre, have you read other books wherein you're talking about countries and describing the beauty and all? Have you read any books related to the same topics?
Yeah, I've read about America, USA.
Okay. So is the author same or different?
No, it's same.
Both are same. So how would you
Yes.
compare both the books? Tell me.
About USA, the author wrote that in that it also showed that it is different, a bit different from Canada.
So was the writing style different or was it same?
No, it was.
It was the same because it was the same author, right? So
Yeah.
basically, could you find any kind of difference in it, or was it like a dal? सब mixed है कुछ पता ही नहीं चला.
Canada is much more beautiful than US.
Okay, okay, okay. And how did the author draw you into that setting? Like, when it was describing, could you actually visualize the coast of Canada and America and all?
But when I read this book the first time, no, so I thought that I just visited Canada.
Okay, okay, okay. So anything you would like to change in this book? No, you're very happy with what author has written. Or you just don't want to answer, yeah, if I'll answer, then dusra question aayega, teesra question aayega, and it will go on and on and on. So it's better like, ma'am, no, I'm very happy. Thank you very much, right? Okay. So any message? All
I
right.
will visit that.
Because Sakleen is very happy with the book. Sakleen is very happy with the author. He loves everything is good, 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 good. Sakleen is going to take all of us for a holiday to Canada once this lockdown and once coronavirus eases out. Right, Sakleen? Okay. Okay. So Ahmad, we come to you. We just have 2 minutes. We are over time
And
already.
my book is actually about for those people who don't like history.
History?
Because those people, like, once in this book it's written that Clever Georgie, he said that history is really nothing but all about disgusting people. For those people who don't like history.
History.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, some people say that history is the most boring class. But
Yeah.
actually, if you, like, in the books, you get to know all these things. But actually, if you see history, it's really interesting.
It is, Safia, it also depends on how you're learning history. That is important. Okay, Safia, we just have 2 minutes. We'll let Ahmad talk.
Like
Thank you, Sakleen. I liked your input and I'm so happy you read the same, like from the same author, you read 2 books, so you could compare it very well, Sakleen. Brilliant. Anyways, I'm still looking forward for the Canada trip. Okay, thank you. Yes, Ahmad?
Hello.
Yeah, Ahmad, tell me.
Okay, so the book I got was called The Giver. It's set in the future in a community where all fear and hatred and all pain is like eliminated. And okay, so it follows this boy who is selected as the receiver of memories. So he has to contain all the memories of the past, like our time, how our world used to be. So it's a really interesting way he finds out that how his so-called perfect world is not as perfect as he thinks.
So tell me one thing. How do you like the plot of the book, Ahmad?
It's fast-paced and it makes you think.
Okay, it makes you think. So do you think the author has written in a style wherein it's interesting for the viewer or the person who's reading it?
Yes, it's very interesting.
And what kind of tell me this? What kind of like when the author has written, what kind of style of writing has he used?
It follows the thoughts of this boy. It follows the thoughts of the main character.
Okay, okay. Now tell me one thing. Could you connect to the characters in the book?
Yes.
Okay, and which was your favorite character? Obviously.
I like the giver. He's this old guy who
And why would that be?
he's very wise and he helps the main character a lot.
Okay, okay, okay. Now tell me one thing. Did the book feel complete? As in, when you finish reading, was there a sense of like, yes, the book is complete, or it was like hanging in there?
Yeah, the book has a ending where you can choose how it ends. So like I don't want to spoil it, so I'll just like stop here.
Okay, okay. So no, I don't want to know the ending. I just want your viewpoint. As in, when you read the book, okay, and when you finished it, did you feel that the book was complete, or the author could go on a bit with the ending.
No, I'd say it was complete.
Okay, fantastic. And one thing you would like to change about the book?
I don't want to change anything. It's a perfect book.
Oh, it's a perfect book. Okay, so I think the author should be really found a fan in you. And what message would you like to share with your classmates? Something that you learned in from there. Yes, the beauty of America. You're taking me to America as well, Sakleen, now.
I mean,
Anything?
we have to appreciate how good we have it right now.
Okay.
Because our lives could be much worse.
Okay, fantastic. Any questions to Ahmad regarding Giver? Anybody? Okay, so I think y'all are excellent when it comes to giving review. I like the way y'all were so articulate, and you could express yourself so well, your viewpoints, your thinking. And remember, whenever you read a book, there is something that you're going to learn from it, okay? And thank you so much for sharing that message with your entire teammates. I think we'll have to finish off with the class. Thank you very much, all my reviewers. You all were fantastic. I'll see you on Wednesday. And I love some of the ideas of business like you all have come up with. Fantastic. Waiting for other people to give in the assessment. And we'll have this kind of session again on Wednesday, wherein you're going to talk about your businesses. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I wrote the review. You saw
Yes,
it?
you did. Fantastic. Everybody, thank you.